I didn't know what to expect a couple of years ago when we got those little inklings that Ninjago might be coming to Fortnite. With the whole Lego mode thing, you know, it made sense. I could see it happening. I could see them adding, like, NPCs and stuff to the game, you know. We had leaks about, like, the Ice Emperor, like, Vex being in Fortnite, like, Lego Fortnite, and, I was like, yeah, one day they'll probably add some Ninjago stuff. They'll probably add some builds. You'll probably be able to make the monastery in Lego Fortnite. But they're never gonna do skins, right? Because that would mean having to turn the ninja into humans to be able to use them in other modes. And 2 years later, we just got 4 brand new Fortnite skins that are all Ninjago. They're all tied to Ninjago. They're the OG4 ninja in Fortnite in human form. Of course, we have the minifigs as well, which I also want to talk about because those are actually some really cool designs and they're unique to Lego Fortnite. But these human designs are kind of wild. So we're just gonna talk about these. We're gonna start with Kai. This is the first one that got revealed, but with the brand new update, we can see that they also have unmasked styles, which I don't know how to feel about, actually, because I kind of like the idea of them hiding the faces just for, like, I don't know. I guess it is cool that we do have the canon face designs. Obviously, I use canon in quotation marks because these are the Fortnite designs. This is separate. It's kind of like judging, you know, the movie characters based on the show characters. I don't really see these as the canon versions of what they would look like. I just see these as Fortnite's interpretation of what the designers over at Epic think they would look like. So to me, this is about as canon as, like, fan art, but at the same time, it's, like, officially, like, licensed fan art, basically. So yeah, it is really cool in that regard. It is the most canon, probably, ninja designs that we have so far, and of course until the live action movie, that is. But so we have Kai. Again, yeah, we have mask on and we have mask off, which is a good option. I'm glad the option is there. I just, like, part of me wishes, like, we could have just kept their faces hidden because it would kind of add a little bit to it and make it more, like, a little more room for interpretation. Because everyone kind of has their own visualization of what they imagine the ninja to look like, so just having it set in stone, being like, no, this is what their faces look like, is kind of weird. But it is still cool that the option is there, so I can't really complain. Kai looks great. Kai looks amazing. Kai looks fantastic. The only problem that I have with Kai is the hair. I think the hair is way too, like, basic and bland, especially if you look at it from the front. Like, his hair, I get it, they wanted to simplify it, they want to make it more realistic, but his hair should be spiky. It doesn't have to be huge. It just, the most iconic part of Kai's hair is that it is spiky. It's not necessarily the size that matters. So it's like, they couldn't have at least done that. It's a little strange, but I mean, it still looks good. The whole outfit looks great. They got a scar on his face, which is fantastic. The whole, like, asymmetry of the shoulder band is, or the shoulder band, the shoulder pad, is great. Very, like, classic Ninjago outfit design there. The gi just looks really good. You got the fire symbol. I believe it's like the Ninjago fire symbol or something like that. I don't know. I'm not good with Ninjago. It just looks good. It looks good. It looks like how I would imagine a human Kai design to look. Again, the face isn't, like, the thing with the faces is no one's ever gonna completely agree on the faces, I feel like, at least for me. Like, I'm never gonna see these faces and be like, yes, that is what I imagine Kai to look like. That's just not how it is. Because we've had these characters in Lego form for so long, so everyone has their own visualization in their head, which is why I kind of wish we didn't see the faces. I wish it was just the masks, so that we could, like, kind of keep that visualization. But you have the option to wear the mask still, which is perfect. So if you want to, you can, which is probably what I'm gonna be doing. I'm probably never gonna run these without the masks, just because it's like, I like to visualize in my head what their faces might look like and not just have it there. But the face design isn't bad. It's just, yeah, obviously it's not gonna be exactly what you anticipate. But I'm sure some people will jive with it more than others. So yeah, Kai looks great. probably the most simple but effective of these skins. Next up, we have Zane, which right off the bat with Zane, I love the colors here. The blue is perfect. The kind of texture they have for the titanium is perfect. Just like the texture on everything, it's great. And the headband, of course, you guys assembled there too. The energy core, they have like his chest core. That's such an iconic part of so many Zane designs. Obviously, not every Zane design has it, but people kind of, you know, they see Zane and they kind of, you know, obviously you got like the titanium aesthetic, but then you also have like the blue energy core, like his heart piece there. That's really like, that's been a big part of his design since rebooted. So I think that's awesome to see. I'm so glad they implemented that into the design because it just makes him like, it's such an iconic Zane motif that they implemented here, which is perfect. Again, mask on, mask off. His face, his face is really funny to me. He looks like an X-Men character. I think it works. Technically, it makes sense. I just, it's really funny to see Fortnite's interpretation of it. Again, I'm running all these with the masks, but it is cool, again, that they have the option. The shoes are interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the shoes. It is fitting, though. Like, Zane would wear those. I just don't... With his gi, I don't know about that. I don't know about that fully. But other than that, like, this is a perfect, like, design. I love everything about this. The headband is a little awkward. With how his hair is shaped, and it's weird seeing Zane with a headband. So I don't know how I feel about that fully, but I mean, I guess it's better than if it wasn't there. So yeah, good design, really great. I love this. It's awesome. Next up, we have Jay. Now, Jay is probably the biggest departure from like the standard Ninjago designs. Like, this looks less like how I would imagine Jay, you know, in canon to dress, and more how I imagine Jay in like fan designs and stuff to dress. And this is a very Fortnite-ified, this is the most Fortnite-ified character, which makes sense because Jay's like a big part of his personality is being into video games. He literally does a Fortnite dance in Prime Empire, so of course they're gonna make him look like a Fortnite skin. Like, he has the most, this is like the most, like, even if you look at the shoes, these shoes just scream Fortnite. These little like straps, which are granted are kind of taken from the season 11 suit, they still scream Fortnite, you know. The whole outfit, the hoodie design, the hood is probably my biggest grievance, especially when you look at the Lego minifig, which we'll get to later. The hood looks not great. I don't like the use of like that Hands of Time hood piece for Jay, and it's just like the matte blue color with no printing on it. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think it looks very good. But on the skin here, it does look better. I just wish he got a more standard ninja hood. I wish he got a bit more of a more standard ninja design. The face is also really interesting. This is not how I imagine Jay at all. This is probably like, out of all the face designs, this is the one where I'm especially like, yeah, that does not align with my personal, you know, how I view the character looking. But obviously, that's not like a con, because again, like, it's impossible to appeal to that when these characters have been in Lego form for their entire existence. So you're never going to appeal to everyone with the face designs. It's just it's not possible. So yeah, that's why I love that the mask options are there to kind of hide the faces more, because I like having them be more obscured. I wish there was a bit more going on here. Like, I wish he had like some of the pins that he has on his season 11 design. I just think the torso looks a bit bland. But the colors are great. Just like classic, you know, black and blue. Very kind of derivative of his Sunty Garmadon outfit. I don't know if I love the direction. Like, I think the hoodie design fits for Jay. It's just like, I don't know. I would have liked if they gave it a little more detail, gave it a more personality, and just done a normal ninja hood because I just don't think the hoodie looks very good, especially on the minifig. So Jay's probably my least favorite, unfortunately. But I still do think it is good. It is a good interpretation of the character, and I think that's what's important. And I saved the best for last here because Cole looks perfect, dude. Cole actually looks phenomenal. And it's not even just like making the human design. It's not even just that. Even the minifig, like this might be my favorite Cole outfit ever. Besides maybe the Master of the Mountain outfit. This just might be my favorite Cole design we've ever gotten. The shoes are very Fortnite, but the rest of the design is very Ninjago. Like, this is the most Ninjago design out of all these. It feels like, you know, straight out of the sets. The hair is perfect. I'm so glad we got the movie man bun. Like, Fortnite designers know what's up. They know that the movie man bun is the better hairpiece. Because it's just true. It's the better one, and I'm so glad we got it. I will say I like the armor on like the forearms and his shoulder armor. I don't know if I love it on like his leg. It's kind of odd. But no, yeah, the orange and black, like the colors are so well translated on all of these skins. It looks so good. The sleeveless design, I'm glad that like his build is he's obviously like the most muscular out of the group, which I'm glad they translated. I'm glad they translated like his skin tone because like that's basically been like, it's been like fandom, like canon for so long. So I'm so glad that they did that. He just looks perfect. He really does look perfect. Again, the one thing is the face. I don't jive with it personally because it's not how I imagine the character, and like I keep saying, it's not a con because that's obviously never gonna happen. They're not gonna appeal to everyone with that. So, but with the mask on, it's perfect, and they got the eyebrows, the iconic bushy eyebrows, which is awesome. As long as like with the faces, as long as they translate the important aspects of the faces, then it's fine because it's like, you know, the interpretations, everyone's gonna have their own interpretation, but as long as they get the iconic parts of the faces, like Cole's bushy eyebrows, Kai's like scar, the paneling on Zane's face, the Jay's freckles, like as long as they get that stuff, then the faces are fine. You can do whatever you want from that point on. And they have gotten all of the important things. So let's look at the minifigs. Let's go back to Kai. Kai's minifig looks pretty good. I feel like this is one of the ones where I think the Fortnite skin version actually looks better than the minifig. The torso print just is a little awkward looking to me, with the parts on the sides. But it overall does just look really, really good. It is a very, very basic Kai. The legs are pretty interesting with like how far up the shoes go. Yeah, it's a good Kai minifig. Zane looks great. Zane looks awesome. This is a really good Zane design. Both minifig and of course the Fortnite version just looks fantastic. I don't really have any notes on this one. Just classic style Zane look. It looks great. Cole, again, perfect. One of my favorite Cole minifigs, if not my favorite Cole minifig to ever exist. This screams Cole so much, and it screams Ninjago so much. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I don't even like know what to say about it. It's just perfect. And I wish it was real. I wish this was a real physical figure. I know they're making the torso prints real, but I want it all. Especially because then we could get more man bun Cole headpieces. And then Jay I'm sorry, I just don't like the Jay minifig at all. I don't like the printing. I especially don't like the hood. I don't like that you don't get to see his hair. The rest of these, they have like either the hairpiece or the headband piece. And Jay just doesn't get to have like, I wish the Lego minifigs had edit styles. Because having mask on, mask off for the minifigs as well as the Fortnite skins would be really nice, because I would love to have Jay's hair be visible. And I think it's a huge shame that if you're playing Lego Fortnite, you just can't see Jay's hair. And it's also an interesting thing too, on the, I didn't mention on the mask off on the Fortnite version, he doesn't take the hood off, he just takes the mask off, so that's a bit disappointing as well. I would have loved to see him with the hood down too on the Fortnite version. So you just kind of, you don't really get to see his hair, and that's kind of unfortunate. I wish they didn't choose to do that, but yeah. Also, I do really like the lightning bolt on the shoes. I think that's really cool. These are great. These are really good. I love these designs. I think these are fantastic. I'm so glad we have these. I'm so excited to see Wu, Nia, and Lloyd as well, especially Nia. Like, please cook with Nia. I beg. Yeah, this is awesome. This is great. And yeah, so Fortnite is, or Ninjago's in Fortnite now, which means a lot of things. It means, you know, this is obviously going to be a huge push. This is a huge thing for Ninjago. But it also means we have a lot more new like game content with LEGO Fortnite Odyssey. Whether or not that's any good or not, I don't know because I haven't played it yet. But that's what I'm going to find out tonight as you're watching this. As this video goes up, I will be streaming Ninjago Fortnite Odyssey tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be streaming, playing Fortnite Odyssey, maybe some BR, maybe we'll have some guests, we'll see what happens. But if you missed the stream today or you're watching this video a few days later, don't worry because I'm probably going to be streaming it like a lot this week and more so in the future if I think it's any good. If I do really enjoy the mode, then I'll keep playing it and keep streaming it. Because this is genuinely like a really big thing for Ninjago, and where I'm personally at with the show, I'm genuinely really interested in this more so than the show right now at this point. So who knows? Maybe this is gonna become like a Ninjago Fortnite channel in the future. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be streaming tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and probably a few more days throughout the week if you miss tonight's stream or you're watching this video a few days later. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell me in the comments, what do you guys think about these skins? I'm actually genuinely curious what people think about these skins. Because I feel like it's going to be very divisive for some of these, especially with Jay's, but I'd be curious to know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.